At the end of my medical training as a resident, a couple walked into my office in the outpatient center where I worked. The woman was deathly pale. They were a Dominican couple, and they really loved each other. You could see that in the meetings. They always held hands. He was very protective of her. They were very affectionate toward each other, but she was very sick. She had aplastic anemia. Her blood marrow was no longer making the blood cells that she needed to live. We gave her transfusions and tried to figure out the cause. When we had ruled out all of the other causes, I asked the husband to bring in every single pill she took. He brought in this paper bag full of pills, and one of the pill bottles gave me the chills. It was Cytoxan, cyclophosphamide. It's a chemotherapy drug. It's also used for some other conditions, but she had been on that drug for 30 years. And I asked why, and she said, well, the doctor told me to take it or the cancer would come back. I said, what cancer? Well, they took out a gynecological cancer. She was still being treated by that doctor. I called him up, and he said, oh yes, I gave her the Cytoxan so that her disease wouldn't come back. I said, what disease? Well, she had an ovarian cyst. Was it cancerous? No. There was no reason for her to be on Cytoxan. There was no reason for her to have been on that pill for 30 years. It was destroying her bone marrow. It was killing her. I told them to please stop the medicine. They were very resistant. They were afraid the cancer would come back, but there had been no cancer. And I was pretty blunt in how I talked with them. Maybe I used some strong language. We tried hard to save her life, but we couldn't. And her husband, after she died, brought in to me a tie that I've kept ever since. And he said, this is for you, so you remember. And that tie is the no bullshit tie. And that's told me, bullshit kills. Tell it like it is, even if it's painful, even if the answer is, we don't know the answer, because lives are in the balance.